Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
We're following breaking news out of Washington, D.C. tonight, where the Senate has passed a bill to end the government shutdown. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Hardin.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. This vote brings the nation's longest shutdown closer to an end. The final vote was 60-40, just enough of the two-thirds majority needed. Came after a small group of moderate Democrats struck a deal with Republicans to fund the government through January. The House is expected to return from recess within days to vote on the plan. President Trump says he supports the deal and expects the country to open up very quickly. Those were his words. The 41-day shutdown has left hundreds of thousands of federal workers without pay and has caused widespread delays across the U.S. We'll have more on the local impact of the shutdown in just a few minutes.
All right. Time for a look at the forecast here. It was a gloomy start to the work week, and got a big chill on the way now.
You can feel it out there. It is cold out there. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank is here with the first check of the forecast. Definitely a day you want to grab a jacket, for sure.
Yeah, you know, it's not so much the low temperatures tonight, which will be cold. We'll see lows in the 20s. But tomorrow is when we'll see highs struggle just to hit the 40-degree mark. Some cities and towns might not make it out of the 30s, and that would make this the coldest air mass of the season so far. We even have the chance for the first flakes of the season, a few scattered flurries in parts of the state, and maybe even a snow shower, especially in northwestern Connecticut. But today's rain has moved on. Now the winds of change are picking up. We're seeing gusts up to 15 to 25 miles per hour. That is pumping in that cooler air. Today's highs were in the 50s. Now we're down in the 30s, and overnight lows will be in the 20s for many inland, near 30 for the shoreline, where a freeze warning is in effect. Heading through the day tomorrow, after a frosty start, it's a chilly finish. Again, highs will only be in the 30s to around 40. And when you factor in the wind gusting as high as 30 to 40 miles per hour, it will really feel like the 20s for most of the day tomorrow. And yep, we do have the chance that you might go, is that what I think it is, flying through the air? For most of us, it's no impact, but there could be maybe a renegade slippery spot in the far northwestern hills. That'll be the exception, though. Most of us won't see that. We'll take a closer look at that, plus the rebound in temperatures that follows, coming up.
I didn't even do that to that girl, bro. I didn't.
We begin tonight with new body camera footage just released in connection with the death of 11-year-old Jacqueline Mimi Torres Garcia. Mimi's remains were found behind an abandoned home in New Britain last month.
Fox 61's Tim Latow joins us live in studio to break down the arrest of Jonathan Nanita, the boyfriend of the young girl's mother.
So, Tim, Mimi's remains were found behind an abandoned home in New Britain last month.
Yeah, that's right, Sarah and Brent. Now, you might remember Mimi's remains were found on October 8th. Her mother and aunt were arrested then 4 days later. Police then started an hours-long manhunt for Jonathan Nanita. According to the new body cam footage, he knew police were looking for him and he took off. What you're about to see is the moment officers tracked him down in a Waterbury neighborhood.
Hold on. Hey, hold on. Hey. Hold on.
Body camera video shows the moment New Britain police officers took Jonathan Nanita into custody. At the time, he was wanted in the death of 11-year-old Jacqueline Mimi Torres Garcia. Police say she was abused and malnourished and died in the fall of 2024. According to an arrest warrant, Nanita is accused of disposing a box with Jacqueline's remains at an abandoned property on Clark Street in New Britain. Once police found Nanita just after 9 p.m. on October 13th. You can see in the video, officers put him in handcuffs, and in the takedown, he gets a gash on his forehead.
Let me see your face. We'll call medics.
Nanita claims he was going to turn himself into police the next day and was upset by the physicality of the arrest.
Listen, bro, you'll get checked out. Don't you worry about it.
Come on, bro. Y'all didn't have to do that, though. I was going to turn myself in. Y'all didn't have to do that.
Turn yourself in.
You guys didn't have to say any of that.
Little late for that.
You should turn yourself in a while ago. I was gonna. I was. You guys didn't have to do any of that, man. I didn't even do that to that girl, bro. I didn't. I'm over here trying to clear my name.
You'll have your time to talk, buddy.
Officers say Nanita knew they were looking for him, and he easily could have turned himself in earlier in the day when they were closing in on him in New Britain.
If you were going to turn yourself in, why didn't you stop in New Britain?
Stop right when you guys came?
In New Britain,
When you guys came?
Yeah, when we came.
You're right down.
I drove off, but I didn't hit
Why didn't you stop and turn yourself in then?
Nanita is then patted down, put in the back of a police car, and checked out by paramedics. He then asks an officer about his children.
You know my kids are?
He's safe.
So after this initial arrest, Nanita was later charged with tampering with evidence and disposal of a body. He's due back in court on Friday, along with Mimi's mother, Carla Garcia, and her aunt, Jacqueline Garcia. If you want to see more of the body camera video, we have it posted on our website at fox61.com. Live in studio, Tim Latow, Fox 61.
All right, thank you, Tim. We have this full story on Mimi's murder investigation only at fox61.com, the free Fox 61 News app, and Fox 61 Plus, which is our free streaming service. You can download it right now on your Amazon, Roku, or Apple TV. Time now is 10:06. You're taking a live look at Capitol Hill as we wrap up day 41 of a government shutdown. And tonight, the Senate has passed a bill to end the government shutdown.
Now, the chamber's been working to keep the government running. The bill they passed includes funds that would fund the government through January. It would also cover military construction, veterans affairs, the legislative branch, and agriculture. SNAP benefits are funded through the next September, and federal workers are guaranteed back pay. The agreement also reverses recent mass firings and prohibits more this fiscal year.
Now that it passed the Senate, it moves across to the Capitol, to the House of Representatives, where leaders are expected to take it up quickly. House Speaker Mike Johnson says he's hoping to vote by Wednesday after members return to D.C. If the House approves it with no changes, the bill heads straight to the president's desk for his signature. That signature would officially reopen the federal government, restore pay for workers, and restart programs that have been frozen during the shutdown.
But this is not a full budget. It is a continuing resolution, a short-term fix that keeps money flowing while lawmakers negotiate a full-year plan. If they can't reach an agreement, we could face another shutdown later down the road. The bill does not extend expiring Obamacare subsidies, which many Democrats opposed. Republicans have agreed to a vote on those subsidies early next month. Another big issue with the government shutdown is the flight reductions around the country.
As we near 10% of flights being cut across the U.S., many passengers are worried that disruptions could continue into the upcoming holiday season. Fox 61's Valerie Moravi is at Bradley International Airport with what passengers are saying.
Yeah, I spoke to several travelers and they told me their main concern was the ongoing delays. And some of them even told me they arrived earlier than usual just to make sure they didn't miss their flights.
And so I was watching the news and I saw on the news where it said flights delayed at Bradley International Airport. And then I became concerned because I knew I would be flying this evening.
Several passengers at Bradley International Airport say they have prepared themselves for delays as 40 major airports continue to reduce domestic flights this week. Voljean Scott came to Connecticut from North Carolina for her son's wedding. Although she didn't experience any delays on her first flight, she says she wasn't going to take any chances on her return trip.
My flight doesn't take off until 6:21, and it's a little bit after 5 now. It's 5:35, and I got here at 5:15 just to be sure that I could catch my flight.
Meanwhile, Audra Quentin from Massachusetts says she was concerned for her flight since it was delayed earlier.
It was a brief delay, but I was a little bit nervous, so I ended up coming here earlier, a few hours earlier than I normally do, and I have a PM flight, so that was happening earlier this morning, but so far it's been okay.
Earlier Monday, we saw several cancellations, but flights were running smoother by the end of the day. Bradley officials told us that since Friday, 14 cancellations have been FAA related. As of Monday, Bradley has seen 24 in total, but some could just be weather related.
I actually turned the notifications on for me to get the JetBlue updates. And I normally don't do that because it's like you can just check it before you go quickly or whatnot. So I think it's probably very important, and I was checking it all day, to be honest, because this has been going on.
Both Scott and Quentin say they're concerned about what this could mean for the busy holiday travel season if the situation doesn't improve soon. But for now, they have decided not to travel during the holidays.
Because I'm concerned, I'm deciding that I'm not going to travel for the holidays. If I do, it would be by car, but not by plane.
Decided not to because of the price of the flights, like right around the holidays, but also it's just so chaotic. It's a lot.
Now, airport officials are reminding travelers to arrive as early as possible and to also download the Bradley International Airport app and your airline's app to stay up to date on your flight status. For now, reporting at Bradley International Airport, Valerie Moravi, Fox 61.
Thank you, Valerie. Drivers in southeastern Connecticut can expect major delays tomorrow morning after a dump truck hit a pole. Route 85 is closed between Turner Road and Sacatello Drive in Montville, and it's expected to stay shut down throughout the day. Traffic from Turner Road will have to head south into Waterford and use Lake Ponds Road, while drivers who are coming from Salem should take Route 161 to Butler Town Road. If you drive these roads frequently, you know what we're talking about here. Eversource is reporting more than 100 customers have lost power from this. Officials are urging everyone to plan ahead and use alternative routes.
Several Texas families are suing Camp Mystic. They claim negligence after flash floods killed more than 24 campers over the summer. 3 lawsuits were filed today by families of 7 campers and 2 counselors who died in the July 4th tragedy. One suit claims the camp placed girls in flood-prone cabins and ignored state rules that require evacuation plans. Each case seeks more than $1 million in damages. Camp attorneys say staff acted quickly during an unprecedented storm. Camp Mystic says will reopen next summer with new safety measures in place. July's flash floods caused the Guadalupe River to rise from 3 to nearly 30 feet in only 45 minutes and killed more than 130 people in the area. During the disaster, 166 campers were safely pulled from the camp and evacuated, according to the camp's attorney.